What's up, everyone? Welcome to Good News Though. So welcome to episode 3, everyone. I just want to say a big thank you to all of you for all the support over the past 2 episodes. I'm really excited to see what happens in the future. And yeah, I mean, it couldn't have happened without you guys and all your content and all the things and good things that are happening in your lives. So once again, I want to say a big thank you. So the first story that comes out of this episode is from a friend who sent through a Twitter thread with regards to a lady telling a story about what happened in her life recently in South Africa. So she leaves parcels for this gentleman outside her house every day, and this man comes and picks up these parcels every day and continues. And the one day she woke up and there was a parcel outside her house, and she didn't leave it there. So then she asked all her neighbors if they left it there, or if the man left it there, or who left the parcel there, and nobody responded. So then she was a bit confused. She took it in, and then the next day, around the same time the gentleman comes, she met him outside. Well, he rang the doorbell, she met him outside, and then she asked him who left this parcel here, and she asked if it was him, and he responded, "Yes, I left tin stuff and other things at the gate for you." And his reason was that a stranger gave him 400 Rand and this package, but it was too heavy for him, so he decided to leave it at her gate and carry on. And it's honestly amazing. I mean, even in the Twitter thread, she speaks about how overwhelmed she was in terms of how someone who's homeless gave up something that he could have used, you know? So he gave it to her, and carried on as a gesture of his gratitude and love. And I mean, it's such a selfless act and such a good story and good news to hear of someone doing that for something not in return. So it's such an amazing story, and I'm excited to hear more about them coming out of South Africa. So the next story comes from Wendy Mulpage, who shared a story that's happened in her life and something she's been working on recently. So she has previously worked in Alexandra Township in a soup kitchen for a couple of years, and she decided with her friend Talia to create a food drive. And she's been living in her house for the past 20 odd years, and she hasn't really communicated much with her neighbors around her, you know, and she was honest with me about that. And she decided to just put a message on the WhatsApp group just in terms of the food drive she's wanting to do to try and raise funds, and she received such an amazing response. And her community managed to raise 55,000 Rand in food donations and 45,000 Rand in monetary donations. So all of this went to supply the Itlokomaleng Old Age Home in Alex, a hospice in Alex, and it supplied 200 children in Waterwax settlement near Soweto with masks and food. And also they helped a family of 6 living in a broken caravan in Kempton Park. So it's amazing to see what a simple WhatsApp message can do. I mean, it didn't cost Wendy anything. It was out of the goodness of her heart that she sent it out, and you know, she took a leap of faith, and she hoped for a response, and she got it. So it's amazing to see that, and continue doing that, you know, continue doing small projects in your community, large projects in your community. Keep talking, keep communicating with everyone around you, because I believe that this is an amazing time to get to know everyone around you, and a time to rally together and do something good. So the next statement comes from my mother, Jill Sumption, who reached out to tell me what this quarantine and COVID-19 has taught her. COVID-19 has taught me the importance of reaching out to those less fortunate than me. So many organizations are passionate to reaching less fortunate with food. My church, The Crossing, are one of those organizations doing just that. It's such a joy for myself and others in my street to make sandwiches for kiddies in Alexandra Township through the initiative of Rays of Hope. It is also good to see the world unite in combating the virus together, and to know that because of the lockdown, the earth is healing from pollution and other aspects. So it's amazing to see all the organizations, as mentioned in the past 2 episodes, that are getting together, and groups of people that are getting together to create food drives and donate to people that are in need of food and basic sanitary products. I just think it's so awesome that people are still pushing, still doing this as we continue throughout this lockdown, and may it continue to happen as we move forward. So now we move to Christy Sibright, who is the creator of Seek Our People project, and she's going to be sharing with us the vision of the project and what the project's about, and tell us some amazing stories that have come out of this project over the past few months and past few weeks. So over to you, Christy.
Hi everyone, my name is Christy. I started the Seek Our People project last year for an honors research project. And basically the whole aim was to encourage it, like to find ways of encouraging a deeper sense of empathy in society. So how I did this was I took some peeps with me and we went into Joburg and just found spots. So one was on the sidewalk in Braamfontein and the other was just outside the Johannesburg City Library, and we collected stories from people passing by, and then I basically took these stories and just designed them in a way that when we brought them back into the public spaces, people could engage with them and empathize with them, and yeah, just building a broader community beyond who you would normally interact with. I've felt since that I just wanted to do more with the project beyond it being a varsity project. So at the beginning of lockdown, I just messaged all those people who shared their stories with us just to see if anyone was in need of some help. And one lady, Gloria, got in touch with us and just said she's unemployed and if we could help her in any way, that would be great. So we were able to send her some money and yeah, help her through that. But then she wanted to help her greater community, which is so cool, and some of her neighbors started getting in contact with me, and yeah, just because I don't have like a full-on organization, I was like, okay, now what do we do? So then we got in contact with Rise Against Hunger, who offered to donate a few boxes of food, and they delivered it to her, and then she was able to distribute it amongst her community. She sent me pictures of all the families that she was able to help and the street kids that were just so thankful to get some of these packets of food, which was just so amazing. And then more recently we were able to just get a few friends and family to help us collect some food items, and we took 2 massive bags of food through to her in Joburg this past week, and so she'll be using that for her family and to distribute amongst her community as well, which is just so cool. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to continue with this through this time where people just don't have anything, especially into her community. So yeah, to stay in touch with what we're doing and what comes up, please follow us on Instagram at Seek Our People Project, and yeah, we'll be able to keep you in the loop. Hopefully there'll be a lot more amazing news to come.
So I was in the shops the other day and I was just looking for some stuff in the aisle, and a man ran up behind me and hit me over the head with a carton of milk. And it was quite sore, but I thought to myself, how dare he? Anyway, thanks guys for watching, I really appreciate it. Stay tuned for the next episode, for episode 4. I'm going to need your guys' help quite a bit in that episode, so I'll keep you updated as to what you can do and how to get it through to me in the upcoming weeks before I record that episode. So just keep that in the back of your heads, that's the back of your head. That I'll be needing your guys' help quite a bit. But in the meantime, stay safe, keep well, and much love. See you next time. So welcome to... My bad. I keep saying and the story, it's about a story of... So now we move to Wendy Malpage, who sent in a story of that. So now we move to Kristen. How do I say the values? It's vision. Think of the superhero Vision. The Vision.